about the lawyer who drafted that pleading. But no one in their right mind is going to argue that this type of communication is something that's governed by the attorney advertising rules. It's just not going to happen. And we'll get into the specifics of why that is, but we all know intuitively that no one is going to argue that a pleading has to comply with the attorney advertising rules. On the other hand, a Yellow Pages ad offering a $500 expungement special, we know that that this is something that does have to comply with the attorney advertising rules. Whatever the rules are in the state, we know intuitively. We don't need to think too hard about this. This is something that is covered by the attorney advertising rules. But then you've got, what about other forms of communication? I mean, here's a letter, the infamous Pork Board letter, where the National Pork Board sent a letter to Think Geek magazine, which is an April Fool's joke, had offered up packaged unicorn meat, the new white meat, which was just a little too close to the National Pork Board's the other white meat trademark. Now, this is a communication about a lawyer or lawyer services. It certainly communicates something about these lawyers' lack of sense of humor, lack of client control, lack of ability to convince their client that this was a letter they never should have sent. But no one is going to argue that a demand letter is something that has to comply with the attorney advertising rules. It's just not. It just doesn't apply. And again, we'll get into the specifics of why, but we know intuitively that it doesn't. On the other hand, if you're handing out T-shirts advertising your DUI practice to celebrate St. Patty's Day, then that's the sort of thing. That's an advertisement. You're going to have to make sure that it's not misleading and that it otherwise complies with your state advertising rules. But what about closer cases like legal publishing? So Corporate Counsel magazine, I mean, any legal publication through ALM or the other numerous types of attorney communications. These are articles that are written by attorneys almost never for pay, and they obviously have a promotional purpose, right? I mean, so here's this article from William Baker. He's a partner at Wiley Ryan. It's all about privacy and security in relation to Twitter. Lots of detailed content in here, lots of legal analysis, but he's writing this because he wants you to know, as an in-house attorney, if you're reading this and you have some concerns about your own site's privacy or security compliance, that, hey, this is a guy who knows what he's talking about. Maybe I should hire him and his firm to help me revamp my privacy policies. Maybe I should hire him to give me a review of my website terms of use and security practices.